Hey, Patriots fans, the energy around New England has been absolutely electric lately, and there's a buzz that feels different this season. For years, the shadow of past triumphs has loomed over the team, a constant reminder of what once was and what many thought could never be again. The Brady era set an almost untouchable standard, and since his departure, skepticism has often followed every snap, every drive, and every offseason decision. Critics have been relentless, pointing to shaky moments under pressure, inconsistent performances, and questioning whether the Patriots could ever regain relevance in a league that has evolved so rapidly. Yet now, something subtle but powerful seems to be emerging. The team has been quietly building momentum, stringing together victories, cultivating cohesion, and producing moments on the field that are difficult to ignore. The chatter has shifted from casual fans to voices that previously doubted them, analysts who rarely mince words, and commentators whose opinions carry influence across the sports world. One of the most striking examples of this shift has been the recent commentary from figures known for their blunt assessments. Only weeks ago, skepticism was rampant. Certain players were criticized openly, their performances scrutinized, their value questioned, and the team itself was painted as overachieving without sustainable fundamentals. But now, the tone has changed. Observers are noticing praise where previously there was doubt, suggesting that something significant is happening in New England, a subtle evolution that could indicate this season is a turning point. At the center of many discussions is one player whose impact has drawn both admiration and speculation: Stefon Diggs. Diggs arrived amid whispers of uncertainty. Some questioned whether he could adapt to a system that demands precision and teamwork, whether he could perform in a city where expectations are always high, and whether his presence would meaningfully shift the dynamics on the field. But from early on, he has done more than adapt. He has become a catalyst. His performances, particularly in high-profile matchups, have drawn attention for their consistency, timing, and game-changing potential. Observers are noting that defenses are adjusting specifically to account for him, often finding themselves outmaneuvered, misaligned, or caught in moments of hesitation that can turn a single play into a decisive advantage. Diggs' influence extends beyond yardage or receptions. He alters the rhythm of the game, creating opportunities not just for himself, but for the entire offense, forcing opponents to recalibrate strategies and sometimes falter under the pressure of his presence. Yet the narrative isn't solely about one player. The Patriots' current momentum seems rooted in balance, versatility, and the unpredictable synergy between multiple contributors. Drake May, often under intense scrutiny in past seasons, is reportedly thriving in a role that emphasizes distribution, adaptability, and leveraging the depth of his receiving core. The offense has become a fluid, almost dynamic puzzle, with Hunter Henry, Kahan Booty, Matt Collins, Rondra Stevenson, and even less spotlighted players stepping up at critical moments. This collective approach fosters an unpredictability that challenges opposing defenses week after week, turning each game into a test of preparation, adaptability, and focus. Analysts have begun framing this strategy as a model where no single player dominates the narrative, yet every contributor is empowered to make decisive plays, a system that thrives on collaboration and tactical depth. It isn't just fans or local coverage that are noticing this evolution. Power rankings from major outlets consistently place the Patriots among the top 5 teams in the league, and insiders hint that this recognition is influencing not only public perception, but also how opponents prepare. The strategic balance, combined with the team's ability to execute under pressure, has sparked discussions across the league about whether New England might quietly be positioning itself as a genuine contender. Even commentators who were previously skeptical have started acknowledging that the combination of disciplined play calling, cohesion, and the capacity to capitalize on critical moments could be turning the Patriots into a formidable force. Sources indicate that there is even talk of scenarios in which Diggs' leadership, paired with May's strategic distribution and the depth of the roster, could tip the scales in New England's favor during high-pressure matchups where expectations are low and the stakes are high. The psychological component of this story is significant. Players appear to be using the underdog label as fuel, embracing doubt as motivation rather than discouragement. Every practice, meeting, and pre-game discussion reportedly reinforces this mindset, creating a culture where skepticism from outsiders becomes a spark that drives focus and intensity. Observers suggest that this mentality is contagious, influencing every aspect of preparation, from drills and schemes to real-time adjustments during games. The result is a team that is as disciplined mentally as it is physically, one capable of converting pressure into opportunity, doubt into determination, and challenges into defining moments. This balance between individual brilliance and collective execution seems to be one of the Patriots' defining strengths this season. While Diggs may command headlines for standout plays, it is the orchestrated rhythm of the entire receiving corps, paired with May's ability to exploit mismatches, that creates a level of unpredictability opponents struggle to counter. One week it may be Henry stretching defenses in the red zone, the next Booty exploiting gaps downfield, with Collins and Stevenson contributing at critical junctures, each performance layering into a system that keeps adversaries guessing. Sources indicate that this synergy, coupled with the mental edge gained from embracing an underdog identity, has created an environment where the Patriots can perform with both creativity and precision, executing plays that are difficult to anticipate and even harder to contain. Even in media circles, the conversation around New England has shifted. Analysts and commentators dissect each play with renewed interest, taking note of consistent performances, victories against challenging opponents, and the subtle ways the Patriots execute both offensively and defensively. There is a growing recognition that this team is not merely riding momentum. It is intentionally crafting a narrative through disciplined preparation, strategic depth, and a culture that turns external doubt into an internal motivator. Rumors from insiders suggest that players thrive on this energy, channeling it into execution, decision-making, and teamwork, ultimately allowing the Patriots to punch above expectations and challenge the notion that any single outside opinion can define their season. Within the locker room, the atmosphere is reportedly one of purpose and focus. Coaches emphasize consistency, adaptability, and execution, while players feed off the motivation generated by being labeled underdogs. Diggs is not only seen as a playmaker, but as a leader who embodies the team's resilience and versatility, inspiring younger teammates to step up and encouraging veterans to maintain precision. The collective mentality appears to be that victories are earned through collaboration, tactical awareness, and psychological strength, rather than relying solely on standout individual moments. Even critics who were previously dismissive are reportedly adjusting their perspectives, acknowledging that New England has developed a system capable of exceeding conventional expectations. This blend of tactical depth, leadership, and cohesive mentality has become the core of the Patriots' season narrative. By embracing challenges, maximizing the contributions of every player, and strategically leveraging the underdog label, the team seems to be quietly positioning itself for something substantial. Every snap, practice session, and game contributes to a larger story. A narrative where the Patriots are steadily reclaiming relevance in a league that has often moved past their glory years, showing that careful strategy, mental resilience, and balanced execution can create opportunities that defy predictions. From Diggs' impact on the field to May's distribution and the coordinated effort of the receiving corps, the Patriots appear to be methodically building a momentum that could transform skepticism into achievement, crafting a season that is as much about psychology and preparation as it is about raw talent and athleticism. As the Patriots continue to navigate this season, the focus on cohesion and adaptability seems more critical than ever. Inside sources suggest that every player is fully aware of the stakes, and the intensity in the locker room has reached a level rarely seen in recent years. The energy is palpable, a combination of determination, focus, and a quiet confidence that comes from executing a plan that others may underestimate. Every drill, every repetition, and every pregame strategy session is influenced by the knowledge that they are considered underdogs, and the team appears to have embraced this perception as a tool rather than a hindrance. Observers note that this mindset is not superficial. It is deeply embedded in the culture the coaching staff has fostered, emphasizing preparation, resilience, and the ability to perform under pressure. Stefan Diggs remains at the center of much of the discussion. His impact is widely regarded as transformative, not only in terms of performance, but in shaping the confidence and expectations of his teammates. Diggs' ability to create opportunities, read defenses, and make decisive plays has turned him into more than a weapon on the field. He is a leader whose presence elevates everyone around him. Sources indicate that younger players, inspired by his consistency and focus, have stepped up in ways that amplify the Patriots' unpredictability. Meanwhile, veterans have found renewed motivation, driven by the example set by Diggs and the overall sense of purpose circulating in the locker room. Every practice seems to reinforce the idea that the Patriots are not chasing headlines. They're building a team capable of making every play count, and this collective commitment is shaping the way opponents approach each matchup. The quarterback, Drake May, is central to this evolving narrative. Previously scrutinized for his leadership style, May now seems to have embraced a philosophy that prioritizes distribution, adaptability, and maximizing the strengths of the entire receiving corps. Observers note that his decisions on the field reflect a combination of strategy and instinct, allowing each receiver, whether it is Henry, Booty, Collins, Stevenson, or Williams, to play a role in shifting momentum and keeping defenses uncertain. This balance between calculated planning and spontaneous execution has reportedly been a key factor in turning skepticism into advantage. Sources hint that opposing teams are struggling to adapt to the variability of the Patriots' offense, which thrives on unpredictability and the ability to exploit small mismatches at any moment. Insiders emphasize that the Patriots' approach extends beyond individual talent. The coaching staff has been credited with instilling discipline and resilience, creating an environment where every player understands the importance of timing, execution, and maintaining focus under pressure. Analysts have noted the subtle but significant ways in which the team's play calling maximizes the unique skills of each player, from quick adjustments and formations to the timing of routes and the sequencing of plays. Rumors suggest that this level of detail and preparation has made the Patriots particularly difficult to predict, turning games into tests of adaptability, where even small miscalculations by opponents can be decisive. The unpredictability of the Patriots' offense is matched by a defense that appears increasingly cohesive and alert. Observers note that opponents are facing a team that is not only prepared to exploit gaps in coverage, but is also capable of adjusting in real time, forcing turnovers and creating opportunities for quick scoring drives. Rumors indicate that this defensive adaptability, when combined with an offense that spreads the ball effectively and keeps defenders guessing, has contributed to a perception that New England is quietly building momentum toward a season that could defy expectations. Analysts have begun to speculate that the synergy between offense and defense, combined with a mental edge rooted in underdog motivation, has created a competitive environment that few teams are prepared to match. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Your support helps us bring you the latest updates on the New England Patriots. And of course, drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from Patriots fans. Whispers are swirling around the NFL as one of the league's most electrifying offensive weapons. Stefan Diggs of the New England Patriots has reportedly suffered a serious concussion, and sources suggest he might not step back onto the field until 2026. If true, this would mark one of the most shocking developments of recent years, leaving fans, analysts, and even rival teams speculating about the long-term impact on the Patriots' offensive strategy. Inside circles hint that the severity of the injury is far beyond the usual head knock. While concussions are unfortunately common in football, insiders claim that Diggs' case is particularly complicated, prompting team doctors and independent specialists to urge extreme caution. The Patriots, known for their meticulous approach to player health, are reportedly considering an extended recovery plan, prioritizing Diggs' long-term well-being over any immediate return. The locker room is said to be in a state of quiet uncertainty. Teammates have been tight-lipped, but a few sources suggest that morale has dipped slightly, knowing that one of the team's primary offensive threats could be sidelined for multiple seasons. Coaches are allegedly scrambling to adjust playbooks, preparing for life without their star receiver, while front office strategists weigh options in the upcoming drafts and free agency to fill the void left by Diggs' potential absence. Of course, the rumor mill is thriving. Social media platforms are buzzing with speculation, with fans debating whether this is a cautious medical projection or if there's more to the story behind closed doors. Fantasy football managers are also reportedly in panic mode, rethinking strategies that once relied heavily on Diggs' explosive playmaking. Even rival teams are rumored to be monitoring the situation closely, wondering how this could reshape the competitive landscape in the coming seasons. While nothing has been officially confirmed by the Patriots, the mere possibility that Diggs might not return until 2026 has set off a chain reaction of rumors, analysis, and predictions. The league could be on the brink of a significant shift, one that extends far beyond a single injury. In the high-stakes world of the NFL, losing a player of Diggs' caliber for such an extended period could alter the Patriots' trajectory, spark trade talks, and change the way opponents approach every matchup. For now, all eyes remain on New England, as fans, insiders, and pundits alike wait for clarity on one of the most talked-about storylines of the NFL offseason. Whatever the truth, the Stefon Diggs concussion saga has already ignited conversations across the league, fueling speculation that could dominate headlines for months. That's it for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving fresh and exclusive Patriots news, make sure to subscribe and hit like. We always appreciate hearing your opinions in the comments. See you in the next one, Patriots Nation.